Today is October 25th, and you know all those loud children that you always hear in the background? One of them has a birthday today. He is my second son, and he's adorable, but you're just gonna have to take my word for it. I love you, Rooster, if you watch this. Ah! Oh, sorry. You probably don't want your mama blowing you kisses now, do you? Oh well, whatever. He's my little love coyote. Okay, we're just gonna get right to it. To the core. No one lands where they aim, not even God. Well, this is gonna be some interesting reading today because as far as I know, God's a pretty good shot, but we'll see. Maybe Mark Nepo can change my mind. We are so quick to condemn this or exile that, to ostracize the breaker of promises, when the truth is that nothing in nature arrives as imagined. In fact, because the space between what we intend and what we do is often great, we keep beginning. Because the gap between what we feel and what we say is often surprising, we keep trying. Oh, I will definitely agree to that. Because the field between what we experience and what we understand is so vast, we keep growing. This is pointedly different from deliberately living contrary to what we believe and say. That is deceit and hypocrisy. But most of the time, we humble creatures simply miss the mark. We aim, mean well, and fall short, or wide, or overreach what we set out to do. I've come to believe that this is all part of the friction of the inner life of things becoming outer. Just as we learn in grade school about refraction, about how a stick placed in water will not stay where we put it, what we feel and think and aim for shifts once entering the world, never quite where we imagine it. I would agree. I wanted to be Evel Knievel when I grew up. And I don't even have a motorcycle, so there's that. It is, despite our frustration, what makes life interesting and love hard. Each of us gets the chance, repeatedly, to announce, with all the certainty we can muster, our own version of the world is flat, only to live into the humility of what has always been true. The world is not flat. I'm sorry. It's just not. When I think of the beliefs I have declared over my lifetime and how they were broken like trees in a storm, or the vows I swore to keep at all costs, only to deny knowing God like Peter, or the pride with which I would never kneel, only to be brought to my knees by pain. When I accept the fragile way that the human journey unfolds, these become less mistakes and more the way that nature works. We grow into truth, one self at a time, questioning, declaring, aiming, missing, questioning again. As fruits are all encased until ripe, light comes full term in the dark, and truth ripens in the heart. The only way to know the truth is to live through its many casings. Yep. This is always how it goes. Mindful moment. Center yourself and meditate on the spirit within you that has survived all the different selves you've been. Breathe deeply and focus on one truth you swore by that you now know is no longer true. Breathe slowly, taking the time to shed with each breath any embarrassment, shame, or sense of failure that might arise from seeing this. With humility, love the fruit that is you that has ripened within these different castings. Oh, that's so beautiful. So that second one reminded me of something. The breathe deeply and focus on one truth you swore by. But when I was very little, like maybe 4, my aunt and uncle, who were much more like my siblings, so if I was like 4, that would have made my uncle 10. and my aunt 12. So you see, like siblings. And I remember spying on them and them swearing an oath that Led Zeppelin was the all-time greatest band and would always be their favorite band forever till the end. I think it was actually a blood oath. Like they pricked their fingers and did like the whole like blood brother and sister thing. I don't even know how long that lasted for. It didn't last long because then they both kind of moved into the punk phase, or my aunt did at least. My uncle kind of went a different way. But yeah, Led Zeppelin did not make the cut for them for the long term. But I remember that, and it's so funny because they were like total wannabe rockers back then. And of course they were totally adorable. I mean, they were like 10 and 12. How do you not be adorable when you're swearing a lifelong oath to only love Led Zeppelin? So anyway, that's what that reminded me of. Water, thank you for ripening through the castings of your life. Thank you for showing up as the new you each time you outgrow an old you. Thank you for continuing to strive, even in the face of adversity, for the next version of beauty that sets itself in front of you. All right, my beautiful friends, I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day.